I would like to tell you guys about my two rapture dreams, which have been months and months apart. And I'm Naomi, first of all. I don't know if I'm a dreamer, but I've had dreams before when I was younger. So, hey, dreamers unite, whatever. And I don't know where this dream leaves me. And I kind of need some help. Kind of need a little bit of spiritual guidance. If you can do so, please comment. But I had two dreams. My first one was last year, late in the year maybe, or maybe summertime. Don't remember, but I know this was my dream. I was at my own house, not in the dream, in real life. I was at my own house in my own bed. In the dream, I hear this loud boom. Excuse me. I hear this loud boom, and I'm like, that was crazy. Like I don't like that sound. I don't like that noise. And it was like real life because I had just went to sleep in my dream. I had just went to sleep and I heard the boom. And when I heard the boom, I'm looking and I'm like, when I open my eyes, I'm not in my bed. I'm nowhere near my bed. I am in the clouds looking down on the earth. It's fiery red. The sky is a crimson red. There's explosions everywhere. There's people with guns, and I see two people, my fiance and his brother. And I'm like, what are they doing? They have some ARs and some AKs and all this other stuff, and they're like, yeah, let's go get these people, these mother effers, blah blah blah. Who are they talking about? Are they talking about the people from martial law or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are they talking about? They were talking about the army that was trying to go against the people, something like that. Don't remember. I wasn't really too focused on that. I just remember saying I did not want to be there, and I was crying like, why aren't they here with me? And then I just was stopped, and I was like, no, I'm okay. Like, I feel really safe right now. Let me find out where I'm at. So I look up, and I'm in the clouds, literally. There are rows of seats. Like, if you've ever been in a church, like, there was this Catholic church I went to in Italy, and it had these seats, like, they actually connected and stuff. I don't know what kind of seats they are. I don't know the name of them, okay? But they were all connected, and that's the kind of seats we were sitting in, like, row by row. And I'm sitting next to this little blonde head kid and this little brown head kid, and this little brown head kid's like, can you help me find my mom? And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, I'll help you. But we all knew we were safe, so we weren't really in a rush. We weren't in a panic, like, help me find my mom. Oh my gosh. This little infant appears, and he's like, that's my little brother. He was just in my mom's tummy. I'm like, what? So, oh, okay. So your mom was pregnant. She just had your little brother. No, I've never met him before. He was last time I knew, he was still in my mom's stomach. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Turns out she just didn't make it to where we were. And in the meantime of me looking up, this hole closes, so I can't really see what's going on. You can hear everything. You can hear booms, bangs, just clashes, gunshots, grenades, nuclear war, everything, anything that you can name of, you can hear it from wherever I was at. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm in the clouds. I'm just right above my city, whatever. But why was I here? And I'm looking around and it's the clouds, but you can't see further than where we were. Like, it was just a room, and it was like everywhere you look, it's light. It's just light, sun shining in here, and it's like you can't really see it. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of weird. I feel safe though, so I wasn't freaking out. I wasn't worried. I wasn't nothing. If I'm not mistaken, I think I was just surrounded by kids younger than me and teenagers. So maybe that's why his mom wasn't around us. But then again, I feel like I was surrounded by everybody. It was different races up there. It was different everything. Everybody spoke English though. Well, in my head, I speak English, so maybe in your head, if you speak French or something, they were speaking French, or if you had a dream before. But we looking around, and then this man appears, and he's wearing a white robe. You can't see his face. His face is just like light shimmering, but you could tell that he was like so beautiful. Like, I just wanted to touch him. Like, seriously, it was just like amazing when I seen him. So I'm like, oh yeah, I think I know who this is. So I go up to him and I'm like speechless. I'm like, what do I call you? And he's like, I know your heart. What? What do you mean you know my heart? Like, you know what I want to call you? Like, I want to call you Father and Son and Holy Spirit, and I want to call you Yahweh and Yahshua, and I don't know what to call you. You know what I'm saying? And I want to call you God. And at a point in time, I was still at that point where I'm like, yeah, God's the name, and Jesus is the name. That's not the name. It's Yahweh and Yahshua. Yeah. Anyways, so I was like, what do I call you? He said, I know your heart. I'm like, okay. Because that had been my question for a long. That was my prayer. That was my request. Answer this. What do I call you? And I'm talking about Yahweh, the Elohim of Israel. I am talking about the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I haven't heard that story in a long time. I don't know those names. Sorry. But in this dream, this was still the first dream I'm talking about. In this dream, from us sitting down and the kid asking me and me seeing this guy and asking him, who are you? What do I call you? Him telling me, I know your heart. All the chairs just like disappeared. And we were all standing up then. And then these like, if you've ever gone in the library, excuse me. If you've ever gone in the library, you know that like the rows are separated by bookshelves, except for the bookshelves in my dream weren't as tall. They were just something to separate the people by. And it was just separating us by rows. And once he told me, I know your heart, like I could see that this stuff had already set up behind me. And he was like, don't let the temptations hit you. What does that mean? He goes and walks into his light cloud. And he's sitting there looking at us, like just basically sitting on his throne, chilling, watching us get stuff thrown at us by probably the devil, I think it was. And I didn't know what was going on still. So I'm like, watching people get hit. When they get hit, they freeze. And then they get sent back to Earth with all the chaos somewhere I did not want to be, and I knew for a fact I didn't want to be there. And I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? So I'm like, it just hit me. Just rebuke it. So I did that. I'm like, in the name of Yahshua, the Messiah, you may not come into my body. You may not even touch me. You may not do nothing. You may not come near me. I'm a child of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Like, I am his freaking person. Whatever. So I'm like, you can't hit me. I'm praying over these items. As soon as I pray over the items, they're gone. So I'm like, yeah, this is working. I'm just keep on praying. At the end of this, what I didn't know was the test. At the end of this test, he's like, you guys all passed. So I'm going to go sit back by these little kids. And the little kids didn't have the test. They just were chilling, watching us getting tested, watching the big kids getting tested. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I go meet up with the little kids that I was with at first because I feel like, I'm going to be by them. They're my little homies. I'm going to protect them as much as I can and help them as much as I can. And I remember, after the test or whatever, I remember the bookshelves disappearing, and he's like, congratulations, you guys all passed, welcome to the kingdom. I don't know why I did not know where I was still. I did not know what was going on still. It still did not hit me. This is the rapture, So the guy opens up these clouds. And it's literally, you can't see behind. I don't know what was behind there. I just know it was light. Everybody was walking into the light. I'm going too because this is safe. I feel good about it. Whatever. I'm going to go too. So I'm walking in there, and as soon as I get there, I wake up, of course. Can't see past it. But the thing is, it felt so real that I thought I was actually going to heaven. I thought, So that was my first dream. And I woke up, and I wasn't in a good place in my life, so I changed my life around. Whatever. Second dream. I'm going to try to speed this up because I already took up a lot of time. My second dream was last night, and today's date is the 15th of July, 2016. My second dream, I had a flash of light as soon as I laid down and went to sleep. I'm not a heavy sleeper. I wake up after any noise, anything, I just see this flash of light, and I'm in a deep sleep. Not normal for me. Couldn't wake myself up, couldn't switch dreams, couldn't do nothing, just like the first rapture dream. This is weird. So I'm hearing these bangs and stuff or whatever. So I go outside, and I look up at the sky, look to my left, and I hear this noise. It's like, what is that? Then it came to me, oh, these are the trumpets. Oh, the rapture's about to happen. Oh, crap, like, what's good? No, I'm getting left behind this one. And I didn't know it yet, and the chauffeur stops, and then I look up again, and there's some meteorites and some asteroids and stuff that are just coming down. And I hear this voice, go tell these children to pray. He didn't say my children. Why didn't he say my children? Oh crap, I'm gonna go tell everybody to pray because they're in trouble. I'm running, I'm telling everybody to pray. You could tell that this is their first time praying. This is their first time dropping to their knees. This is their first time even calling out to Yahweh. Like, didn't even know who he was. They're getting saved. I'm seeing them disappear. Some people are just getting smashed. Some people are like, forget that prayer. I'm gonna take off running and I'm gonna survive. No, you're not, boo-boo. Can't nobody run from this. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep on telling people to pray. At the end of me telling people to pray, I look up at the sky. Everything's like no gravity. After a while, just floating in the air, floating by, and I see this like whirlpool of colors. It was like purple, pink, orange, whatever. It's pretty colors, them neon colors. And then it's like going to the apartment. My sister has 2 children, a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old, and they were nowhere to be found. Of course, they're in heaven, being angels. Turn up, good for you. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go into the apartment. I'm gonna grab my mom and I'm gonna grab my sister. And we did that. We went into our apartment, and we're in California somewhere. I'm from North Dakota. I live in North Dakota. I've never been to California before. So we're in I think it was San Andreas. Might have been San Diego, San Francisco. I know for a fact it was San something. And it looks like this hotel. Like, if you've ever watched Jessie, literally, that's how the hotel was built. Like, doorman, everything. So we run upstairs, like, or not the hotel. That was an apartment building that we ran. But it looked just like that. So we run upstairs, and we're at her apartment. And he's like, look out the window. So I look out the window, and I see this great shark. And it's just, like, swimming up. But there's no water. It's just like swimming up there, and it tells me, I'm going to get you. I'm like, dang, what is this? You know, you're just coming out of nowhere like, I'm going to get you. You shouldn't even be on land. But I look down, we're all covered in water. I felt the building drop a couple feet, but I didn't really notice it. It dropped down a couple levels or whatever. We're in water, and there's no survivors down there. There's nobody in the apartment building. Everybody thought to get out because it was going to fall down or something, whatever. And, I'm like, I forgot where I was at. I got a bad mind. Okay. Shark appears in the window or whatever, goes back down. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. You know, I'm kind of freaked out because I'm like, what is this? Like, am I being left behind? Like, I was so sad about it. I was like, you know what? If I was being left behind, he would have never told me to tell his children to pray. I'm being left behind for a reason. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm being left behind because I'm going to be the one to tell everybody to pray. I'm going to be the one that's going to bring the new world back up and put them under the right roof. Like, Yahweh did this, and he could do this again, and you better get right before he will. You know, I'm thinking that's my purpose, but I don't know. So me, my sister, and my mom were there. We were sitting by the window. The shark went back down, and then he tells us, like, get away from the middle. So we get away from the middle. We're in the kitchen, which was, like, mixed in with the living room or something, and all of a sudden this hole appears, and then this shark's like, you know how sharks do that, whatever, swim type thing to get wherever they need to go? That's how he was coming through, and, like, you know how they just flop back down? That's how he was going back down. He came all the way up through, like, 14 floors. I'm like, what is this? First, we were about to lose all food. We were about to lose all water, everything. So once he did this, we see everybody's fridges, stoves, everything. We were able to get food from these different floors, but I ended up waking up, like, after that. But the thing is, like, why? I don't know. I need some spiritual guidance because I'm trying to see, like, was I left behind to actually pray for people, or was I left behind because of my own doings? And I don't know. Maybe somebody else can interpret this dream because I'm not an interpreter. I just dream. But I just had to tell you guys those dreams, and I hope you have a blessed night. And I hope you're ready for the rapture. I really do. I'm finna go get ready and go do my prayers. It's Friday. Sun's not going down yet, but I'm about to start my Sabbath soon. So y'all have a good one. Happy Sabbath day for tomorrow and tonight. Stay prayed up and just be ready because you never know. You never know, honestly.